Hello everybody, Zeb92 here. I'm here today to talk about an amazing prospect for every single person watching this video. So for 4 years, I've held the world record in Ratchet & Clank 3 Up Your Arsenal New Game Plus No Quit exploit. For 4 very long years, many people have tried and every single one of them has failed. And so today, I'm here to announce a $1,000 bounty to whoever can beat my world record. Yes, you heard that right, $1,000. So, let me explain the rules and regulations because depending on who you are, you can either earn some of the money or all of the money. There's a lot of different rules in this bounty, so let me go over them really quickly. Rule number 1, all contestants have until May 5th, 2020 to claim this bounty. I announced this bounty on May 5th of 2019, so that's 4 days ago as of the time I'm recording this. So I'm giving everybody 1 year to claim it. Rule number 2, whoever beats the record must hold on to world record for 10 consecutive days. This way, it makes the contest cheese-proof. You can't just hunt for a new strat that saves 2 to 3 minutes, beat my world record because you had a good run with a new strat, and then claim my money. That's not how I want this to work. I want you to prove that you are capable of holding on to world record and actually matching up to my skill level. So, you must hold it for 10 consecutive days. Now, I picked 10 days because there is going to be 1 or 2 times throughout the year I'm going to be going on a week-long vacation. And so, when I go on this vacation, obviously 10 days is more than 7 days, so I want to be able to enjoy my vacation. In case somebody beats me, then I can come back home and worry about grinding out the last few days. So really, this is it's a retaliatory rule set for me personally. So if you beat my time, I have time to reply. Rule number 3, should a runner not have a time on the leaderboards as of May 5th, 2019, if they hold on to world record for 10 consecutive days at any point in the year, they will win $1,000. So I'm specifying here that if you do not already have a time on the leaderboard, you are eligible to win $1,000. It's not really anything out of the ordinary, me announcing this rule. It's just a catch-all. It's saying if you don't have a time on the leaderboard, you are eligible to win the full 1,000. Rule number 4, should a runner already have a time on the leaderboards as of May 5th, 2019, the payouts are slightly different. If they can complete the challenge within 6 months, so that would be November 5th, 2019, they will win $500. If they complete the challenge between 6 and 9 months, so that's November 6th, 2019 to February 5th, 2020, they will win $625. And if they complete the challenge between 9 and 12 months, so that's February 6th, 2020 to May 5th, 2020, they will win $750. The remainder from this $1,000 pool will be given to the newcomer with the best time on the leaderboard as of May 5th, 2020. So for example, if Captain Wiffle, the current second place runner with a time of 29 minutes 21 seconds, wins the challenge on August 2nd, 2019, he would guarantee himself $500, and then the other remaining $500 will be given to the newcomer with the best time on May 5th, 2020. This portion of the prize pool can only be claimed if a runner with a time on the boards wins the contest in the first place. So, this may not sound fair to runners who already have times on the leaderboards, but the point of this bounty is to encourage new runners first and foremost, as well as foster community growth. By leaving something for newer runners, they'll be encouraged to try this game and give it their all with a guarantee of some cash should they not be able to catch up to other runners in time. Furthermore, the fact that someone with a time on the leaderboards needs to claim the bounty in order to unlock the side pot in the first place means the runners will be more encouraged to work together and collaborate on strats and time saves. One must prosper for others to do so, unless of course a new runner claims the bounty for themselves. So, to specify and to clarify, should any person with a time on the leaderboard as of May 5th, 2019 claim this bounty, a newcomer will be guaranteed money. If a newcomer breaks the world record themselves, they will claim all of it for themselves. So, if a person with a time on the leaderboard beats it, 2 people get paid. If a newcomer beats it, 1 person gets paid. If nobody beats my time, nobody gets any money. Rule number 5, all runs must be streamed. Offline practice is fine, but if there's any evidence of someone doing offline runs, they will be deemed ineligible to win the bounty. Furthermore, online streams cannot be done on an alt account or an account otherwise not associated with the runner in question. So in other words, Captain Wiffle cannot do runs on other UYA runner Tarnawina's account. I don't know why he would be playing on Tarnawina's account, but Captain Wiffle cannot do it on an alt account, he can't do it on Tarnawina's account or anybody's account, he has to do it specifically on his account. Sorry Wiffle if you're watching this, I'm not trying to single you out. You're just the easiest example to give. So this rule covers many areas. It deters cheaters, since runs must be done in real time, and it allows progress to easily be tracked, so I can more clearly see what people are doing and how they're progressing in a linear fashion. It also staves off my suspicion because I'm a very paranoid person, and I'm going to assume that many people are trying to cheat this. It also encourages people to actively participate in the community since they're forced to take part. If you have to stream, you have to be a part of the community, whether you like it or not. Finally, it encourages people to study other runners, since ideally, there will be a steady stream of runners all working and improving at the same time. So I really view this as the win-win-win condition. So people win from seeing other runners streaming, people win from having to practice online themselves, and I win because I get to see a bunch of people playing my favorite speed game. Rule number 6. Should someone hold world record that is not me on May 5th, 2020, but they have not held it for 10 full days, the challenge will enter overtime. Overtime will be a race to whomever can hold world record for 10 consecutive days first. The counter resets when someone else claims world record. So honestly, this rule is kind of just to create some chaos. So let's say, for example, using Wiffle once again, Wiffle gets world record on May 1st. And so by the time May 5th rolls around, he would not have held it for 10 days. So he's only held it for 4 or 5 days, depending on when he got it. It's going to work in 24-hour increments. So he's holding it for 4 or 5 days. Let's say he gets to day 7 of holding record, and then Tarnawina comes out of nowhere, beats world record. Timer would reset to 0, but the overtime challenge is not over. Anybody who can beat world record before Tarna holds onto it for 10 days can take the record for themselves and then have the ball in their court. So, in theory, there is a world in which this bounty never ends. However, given how difficult of a speed game this is and how infrequently people PB in the first place, I don't think this is going to be too much of a problem. It's really just a catch-all kind of rule. And on the subject of catch-all rules, rule number 7. If 2 or more people are to hold the world record for the same number of days, but not more than 10 days, then both or all of these contestants must compete in a series of sudden death races. First to 3 wins takes the bounty. Contestants in the sudden death round reserve the right to cut a deal amongst one another. So, let's say for example, Captain Wiffle, Tarnawina, and another Ratchet & Clank 3 runner, Ninja Ratchet, all hold world record for 7 days. They've all held it at one point for 7 consecutive days, but none of them have held it for the full 10 to win the bounty. At this point, I would invite all 3 of them, and anybody else who matched 7 days, to participate in a winner-take-all series of races. So they would race until one person has 3 race wins. So like I said at the very end of this rule, they reserve the right to cut a deal amongst one another, so let me explain. They can either say, hey guys, we're all pretty equal in skill level, do you want to just split it 3 ways and race for fun? Or they can also say, you know, let's guarantee each one of us gets $200, because they would be playing for a $750 prize pool at that point. Let's say each one of us gets $200, and then we race for the additional $150 or something like that. You know, they can do it however they want. It's technically their money to divide amongst each other, so they can decide however they want to do it. I really believe a race like this has the potential to be the most watched race in Ratchet history, except for AGDQ 2017. So rule number 8. Should someone or multiple parties hold world record that is not me at any point in the contest, but none hold it for 10 full days before I reclaim it, I reserve the right to award the highest placing contestant a consolation prize of his or her choosing. So, let's say Captain Wiffle holds it for 7 days, Ninja Ratchet holds it for 6 days, Tarnawina holds it for 4 days. That's not enough to send them into a sudden death race. And so, really, even though Wiffle never completed the bounty challenge in its entirety, he still is the technical winner among participating contestants. What I might do, I reserve the right to give him a consolation prize. Maybe I'd give him a chunk of the prize pool or something like that. And don't worry, I'm a pretty generous dude. I'm not saying this as a rule. Oh, I might give Wiffle or whoever else some money, you know. I'm generally pretty nice about that sort of thing. So given the amount of hard work people are going to be putting into this, I will probably at least provide some sense of recompensation. And rule number 9, I reserve the right to modify or add rules to cover loopholes or extenuating circumstances. Really, I don't trust people, like I said in one of the previous rules, I don't really trust people to not try to bend or break rules. So this rule is a catch-all for me, so that in the event any new circumstances come up, I'm allowed to make litigation based around what happens. So, I have a couple of add-ons to this. I have a PS2 bylaw. So for runners who have an NTSC PlayStation 2, you are still eligible. As of this moment, current estimations put PlayStation 2 at 36 seconds slower than PlayStation 3 solid-state drive, meaning if a PS2 runner gets, at this exact moment, sub 29 minutes 10 seconds, they would be... what I would do is I would scrutinize their run, analyze all the loads, and see how they all stack up, and if it is in fact a better run than my 28:36, then they would be in contention to win the bounty. They would have the world record, the technical world record, starting at day 0, and then they have to hold it up until day 10. Unfortunately, I cannot make a similar situation for PlayStation 3 with a hard drive in it, like the HDD hard drive, and I can't make any sort of rule sets for PAL PS2 because there isn't enough research on the loads, and really it just gets a little too finicky. If you want to be a part of this bounty, you're probably going to have to put some money into it anyway. If you need to buy a solid-state drive, you need to buy a copy of the game, you're going to need to put money into it anyway, and so I don't really feel bad about making people buy the optimal way of playing the game. And obviously, emulators are banned. So we have them banned on the leaderboard in the first place. You're allowed to practice on an emulator. However, you cannot submit emulator runs to the leaderboard at this time because it is too inaccurate to console. So, possible questions. Why is money being taken away from the newcomer pool over time? If you've been paying attention, the newcomer pool, should a runner claim the bounty, the newcomer pool in 6 months would be $500, and then in 6 to 9 months it would be $375, and then 9 to 12 months it would be $250. Well, really, because as newcomers improve, they have a better chance of winning $1,000 anyway. It's really a protection clause for newcomers who come on in and they don't really want to participate because they think a runner will already beat my time before they even have a chance to get good. So really, it's a diminishing returns type thing because the skill level of newcomers is going to increase as time goes on. Why can't runners who already have a time on the leaderboard win the full 1,000? This is to encourage new runners. This is the whole point of the bounties, to encourage new runners, and the secondary effect is to inspire people who already have times on leaderboards and who are already in the community. But I only have limited resources, and I want to ensure that new players get to compete for something. So I don't want people who are new to this game to feel as if they've wasted their time at the end of it. I want people to really be able to give it their all and to have a sense of competition no matter what level they're at. So that is why I always want to make sure some money is saved for people who are new to the game. And finally, why are there so many rules in the first place? It's really because I'm the only one funding this prize pool. This is 100% out of pocket, so I get to decide what happens in this. My money, my rules. In the future, if people wanted to set up a similar prize pool and collect money from all different kinds of people, there's potential for more money and the rules can be much more relaxed. I want to do what I can to energize the scene while giving myself a fair chance to keep my wallet intact. So this is really just my way of saying, hey, I want to encourage growth in the scene, but I also don't want to pay out the wazoo for it, so I'm putting up $1,000, but I'm giving myself a fair chance of keeping it. So I hope that you guys are at least a little bit excited about this. I'm thrilled. I'm over the moon about this. I can't wait to see. I know a lot of people have already been really inspired by it. I think a lot of people are, at the very least, are interested. If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, I'm going to be making guides. I'm going to be making resources. There's already a lot of things. I'm going to be compiling playlists. There's tutorials all over the place. There are so many ways to learn this game. I'm probably going to link a few of them in the description of this video. So, guys, All the best of luck to you, and may the best player win.